I want to hit on one of the major challenges that you guys have recently had to walk through, and can I get your perspective on it, because it made national news. Sure. And it was the notorious Delphi murder.
Sure.
And many people around the state, got the spotlight was shined on Delphi for all the wrong reasons, right? You hate that happens.
Yeah.
For those, we're not going to get into the details, but 2 young girls were murdered, and so it just, it was a sort of an unsolved mystery there for a bit, and then they had a suspect, went through the court trials, everything that was going on was just national news. Sure. So how do you, as the mayor, because you would have been just right at, you probably would have taken office then midway through the whole Delphi murder kind of story, right? Because that would have happened before you
Correct.
Because you took office, so you came in, and that's a hotbed, probably right at the time the trial was.
Right off the bat.
Was holy smokes.
Yeah, and I knew that.
Okay.
Right? So it was, I started last January, and of course the first initial trial was to start in May.
Okay.
Which ended up getting pushed back, I believe twice before it started last October.
Okay. So your first year, you're getting national press is looking at Delphi.
Yeah. And it was, to be honest with you, last year was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot for our city. It was a lot for our community. It was just a lot because we're a small community.
Yeah.
We're a community that's 3,000 people that everybody knows everybody.
Sure.
And then we're on the spotlight with not just in the United States, but all over the world.
Wow.
Which I've learned. So the challenges were, one, how do we keep our city safe?
Yeah.
We're going to have an unknown amount of people coming to our city. It could be 10,000, it could be 3,000. We just didn't know. There were so many unknowns. So we worked through several different things for the city to make sure the goal was to keep our city as normal as we could be, which wasn't easy.
I was going to say, probably not.
Right. How do you keep the kids walking the streets and playing at the parks and all with all the national medias?
Yeah.
But we worked through it, and it was a challenge for everyone, but our administration, our police department, our community all came together, and I think they did a wonderful job.
How big is your police department?
We have 9 officers.
9 officers, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we had a lot of help with, obviously, Carroll County, the state police. ISP was wonderful. We had a lot of organizations that all came together, and that's what made, the end result was nobody in the city got hurt. There wasn't any large events that would affect the city, and that was our goal from day one.
That's good.
So,
that's good.
Yeah.
How do you grow from that? I mean, year one, you're thrown into the national spotlight, international spotlight. I think for any normal person, that could just be a little too overwhelming to say, nothing good could ever come from this. I'm done. Peace out. I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
And you obviously are powering through, and you're in good spirits, and you seem like you have good vision. So obviously you've been able to grow and through this. But for the city specifically, when something like that, something that tragic, that evil befalls upon your small town, what would you tell the other communities that maybe are going through the same thing? How do you grow through that?
So every day we don't ever want to forget what happened, right? I hope it never happens in any community, but every day we try to reflect on the girls in a positive sense. We was talking earlier about the first thing, if you type Delphi into Google, what comes up. So ultimately, the goal is to keep putting positive stories about the city. What are we doing right? What's the good news that's coming out there? Because we don't want that to reflect our city. We're never going to forget it. We're always going to keep honoring the girls and supporting the families. But how do we get Delphi out of the national spotlight to a different story? So again, that's not something we always reflect every day on what happened. And we always will. But we want people to come to the city of Delphi for our wonderful restaurants. For everything that we have besides that, and that's going to be a challenge, right? Because you type Delphi into Google, that's going to pop up for a long time. But we have a beautiful city that we want people to know. Outside of that, we want them to come visit us for everything that we have. We have a wonderful community. We have a wonderful administration, a lot of wonderful citizens. It's just a neat, unique city.
It really is a beautiful little town, and it's good people. Every time I'm there, it's just love the people. The faith community is strong. You got some great faith leaders, and so I definitely think you will be stronger through all of this. It was certainly tragic, and you hate to see that. Now, is that over? Is that court case all done now? I've lost track on.
So he was found guilty last December.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So of course it's in appeals.
Yeah, okay, right,
Yeah,
yep.
which keeps the spotlight on
Yeah,
us. Right?
sure.
Again, we work through how do we move on and keep the city in a positive light.
Yep.
I don't know the true answer to that other than just keep putting positive news into but when that'll ever go away, we don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So our job is to make sure that we're supporting the family.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're honoring the legacy of the girls,
Absolutely.
which is a beautiful thing through tragedies, right? It's
Yeah.
never forgetting, remembering their legacy, and you're not hiding it, shying away from it. You're saying, yeah, this happened, but we're going to remember the beauty of the two girls and
Absolutely.
and help the families and help our community. I think it's incredible that you're addressing it head on, and I don't know if every mayor in the world would have the strength to do that. So I appreciate what you're doing, and you knew you were getting into that
I did.
when you ran too,
I
which
did.
is wow.
Yep.
Yep.